great reception wherever you are.
Well,
You're gonna stand like that the whole time?
Hey, how's it going? I'm gonna walk around the neighborhood. Hey,
I love this for us.
There's a Chase Bank.
Okay, but you're not gonna get tired because we're gonna talk about some stuff.
I don't care.
Okay,
cool.
So first let me just say welcome to the private lounge, Charlie Mattera. I created this for people like you who never are able to meet with me on Thursday night. So I appreciate you doing this. I do.
Well, I'm working all week, and then I'm having the nonstop disappointments of whatever audition or thing you didn't get, or whatever callback you didn't get, or whatever it might be. So that's just life. You just
Oh, no, it's not. That's what I'm saying. We all are in that boat. So I don't want to turn around and make it like, you know what I mean? I was trying to make it easier for people. So I love this for us. And I'm glad you're doing this for me. I appreciate you being so supportive. But so you're such a New Yorker with the chewing gum.
Because I remember, I never forget, O'Neill used to say to me, he goes, look at this guy. We're like watching a movie. He'd go, look at this. He'd say, who's the director? I go, what do you mean? He goes, who's the unit production manager? He goes, the guy's freaking chewing gum in the movie. Finger in his mouth to get that out of there.
Okay, wait. So do you want to talk about Ryan? I didn't know if that could be a conversation.
I don't mind. I could talk about everything, but I could talk about Ryan.
Well, no. I mean, because we lost him in December, and I know you and Ryan O'Neill were pretty close.
Let me tell you something. Probably one of the funniest, craziest people I've ever met in my whole life. I had a lot of laughs with him. There were times I wanted to I wanted to choke him, but most of the time he was the big brother I really never had,
How did you guys meet? I never heard the story how you guys met.
I walked into his gym. He used to have the gym.
Oh my God! Yes, in San Vicente, not San Vicente. It was off of Montana, right?
Right. Remember, it was called Pro Gym. You know what that means, Pro?
Yeah.
Wait, volume. Okay.
Okay, I'm losing you. You're going in and out a bit. Maybe you should go back in your car. You're going in and out now.
That meant Patrick Ryan O'Neill, Pro Gym.
Can I just tell you, I was sitting here trying to figure out how I met him.
Yeah.
I could not remember how I had met him. And that's right. I was a member of the gym for like a minute.
Well, everybody and his mama was in that gym. Yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, crazy. You'd walk in there to go work out, and there was Cindy Crawford, the Caleb Deschanel. There would be the guy, I forget his name, Kate Beckinsale. There would be her husband, the director.
Well, because it's the neighborhood. It's the neighborhood we live in.
Well, no, not only that. That gym was sort of a sanctuary for the entertainment crowd because they knew they could go there, and it wasn't a hassle. And truthfully, they would be around their own kind in a lot of ways. And everybody was it was like you didn't mention it. It was the funniest thing because when I used to work out in there, the bigger the star you were, the more I would I would see you. I'd be working out in the gym and I'd look over and I'd see you, or I'd walk past you and I'd go, and they think I was going to go like, hey, and you want to give me that 20-pounder?
Right.
You know what I mean? I would just walk past them like they were ghosts.
It's so funny. I really did forget that it just hit me when you just said that, but I forgot that that's where I had met him. So weird.
I remember I went in that gym thinking, maybe I might run into somebody, what the fuck, sell a screenplay, get a gig. I don't know.
Are you serious? That's why you joined?
Well, I lived right there, and I said, know what? If I'm trying to get work in the entertainment business, why don't I just go join that gym? Everybody and his mom is in there. Fuck trying to get somebody.
I never spoke to anybody in our neighborhood. I don't ever.
No, you know how you did it? He did. My boy Todd, who I write with, Todd Newman. He's a very talented director. He directed the documentary about Dave Navarro called Morning Sun. The guitar player, Dave Navarro, rock and roll guy.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a picture called Morning Sun about his life and what he went through growing up and tragedy and holy shit. I don't know how the guy functions after what he went through as a kid. His mom got killed by a boyfriend of hers, his mom and his mom's best friend. And he was literally in school and came home to this, and he knew the guy. It was very freaky. Yeah, so the
So
documentary talks about that, and then he actually goes to San Quentin. This guy's on death row, and goes and visits him and faces him. For the first time in like 20 something years.
the guy who killed his mother?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my God.
yeah,
Okay. I do
exactly.
have to watch that.
I told him, I was like, Dave, God bless, man. I don't know how you do that, but he, great guy, great guy. It's funny because a lot of people who are enamored of celebrities, and when you meet them, a lot of them are just, they're
They're
just,
just regular people. Yeah.
yeah, they're just banging nails. It's just
Yeah.
a job. And if the best ones, the best ones, I think, the most talented ones seem to have been people before they ever got into the business.
Of course.
They had real jobs.
Right. Right.
Like, I met one guy, I'm not going to say his name, but he's a big star now. And this guy was literally working construction, with me up on a roof
Right.
somewhere.
Right.
Until one day I was doing some bullshit horror movie, and this crazy horror movie, and Ryan was going to do it with me. He wanted to do it with me. No, the only reason why he wanted to do it with me because he didn't want to stay home. He goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm going to do this horror movie." He goes, "What, they need some?" I said, "Wait, are you kidding me? It's like, it's $1 million play." He goes, "What the fuck? We'll go hang out. They'll pay us, He goes, "We'll chill out, we'll smoke
See,
a
he
few."
was so cool like that.
He's
He was
like, "We'll
so
smoke
chill.
a few blunts." So you know how great it was? Like, I would be on the set of a film and they go, "God, we need a guy like in his 60s, who's got a good look, who's cool, who's got good act." And I would say, "I got a guy for you." And they go, "Charlie, come on, get the fuck out of here." I go, "Wait, let me make a phone call." And I reach to her, and he go, "Hey, Ryan, you want to work?" And he goes, What are you doing?" And they go, "This is," and they would go, "Ryan, who?" They go, "Ryan O'Neal." And they go, "What?" I go, "Yeah, yeah." I said, "Right, I'll tell you what, I have them send a car by the house tomorrow, right? Pick you up. I'll be in it. Me and you will go. We'll go have some fun." "Sure thing, Charlie, whatever." And they get off the phone, these guys, and they go, "Shit, how are we going to pay him? It's Ryan O'Neal."
Right.
I said,
Right.
"I already spoke to him about that." He said, "Take the money and give it to the old actors home."
Yeah.
This is what he would do. And he would come work with me for like 2, 3 days, and we would literally be in tears,
Yeah.
cracking the
Yeah.
whole time. And even in it, he was one of those guys. This is what's great about movies. You can watch a shit movie. You can watch any shit movie. And you look in the background, not the fifth or sixth guy in the back, and you go, "You know what? This movie sucks, but that guy,
Is awesome. Yeah.
he's got something. That
Yeah.
guy's gonna work. He's going to go somewhere,
Yeah.
And we would always have fun finding that guy
Yeah.
in that whatever indie film or that we would show
Right.
up to. And I'd say, and he'd go, "That kid, he's not bad." I go, "He's pretty good, huh?" He goes, "Yeah, tell him to come on in and have some coffee with us. And this is what he would do. And
Yeah.
somebody would come in, he'd go, "Oh, geez, Mr. O'Neal." He goes, "First, look, take a picture with me, show it to your mom. I'm sure your mom will freak out." He was like this. He goes, "Matter of fact, call her up."
Right. Oh, he's
Like,
cool.
"You're not Ryan O'Neal." "Ma'am, believe me, nobody else wants to be me right now. I'm really."
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
like my friend Timmy, my buddy Timmy Talbot. He's a Boston Southie guy. And we were doing love letters, me, Rye, and Allie. And we
Right.
were to like 11 cities. And we go to Boston. And I go, "Hey, Rye." No, he said to me, "Hey, where's your boy Timmy Talbot? Isn't he up here?" He goes, "The guy you said." I said, "Yeah, Timmy's here." He said, "Call him up." So I called Timmy. I left the other night, spoke to him in like a year and a half, 2 years. And he's like, "Hey, Charlie, how's it going?" I go, "What, you hanging out with Dooley, Patty, and Rod,
Right.
Sully?" And he starts laughing and he goes, "No, what's going on?" I go, "We're doing the play, right?" He goes, "I saw the posters all over town." I said, "Well, Rye's here." And he's like, "Hey, Timmy." And then he goes, "Timmy," he goes, "Get your mom, get your aunt, get the
Right.
whole crew together." He goes, "I don't care if there's 10, a dozen of them." He goes, "Hook it up with Charlie, get some tickets to the show." He says, "Show up early. You come in the back, meet Allie with your mom and the ladies, and we'll get some laughs in." And he goes, "And then you'll go check out the show." He goes, "And then after we'll all go get something to eat. Me and your whole family and Allie."
He was just the real deal. He was the real
Well, it's they're not around anymore. The only other guy I hung out with who was like that was Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
Years ago, I had lunch with him at that place in the Grill in Beverly Hills. You know, forget about it.
So here's my question. I wanted to ask you if you were okay. I mean, I know you did a whole movie about this, but because I think that's I can't find that movie anywhere either. What is it?
What, Gentleman?
Yeah, yeah. I know I owned it. For some reason, I know
want
I owned
to
it.
do a better version of. You know what? If I would have made that movie myself, Jordan's a great guy, and me. You want to see a better movie? The better movie is the first one. It's a black and white film called Love and Happiness. Jordan Allen, who made Terminal Bliss,
Okay.
with was Luke Perry, and I think who else was in it? There was some big kids who became big. It was sort of like his Less Than Zero.
Okay.
At that
Do you
time.
need to attach your phone to your whatever?
I don't have a thing with attached to phone.
Oh.
I'm low tech, man.
It's not about low tech. That's just the thing you buy and it holds your phone.
Yeah, those things I bought, they all suck. I've yet to find one that's really any good.
Yeah, no, I just feel bad because I don't want you to get tired or anything.
They keep falling out of the air conditioning thing, you know, and especially when you're driving.
Yeah, no, I never use my phone in my car, so I just don't want you to be uncomfortable.
No, I'm moving it around. You know,
no, it's all good. So here's my question, because I think one of the things I found surprising about you, because you were incarcerated, and I didn't know if you wanted to talk about that or share that information. I find that to be one of the most amazing things about you, not because you were incarcerated, but because who you became.
I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that. Hey, look, you do stupid stuff. You want to be a gangster. You better be prepared to get locked up. That's just part of the job,
right?
You know,
right?
You got to have a guy where you keep money just for that reason. Bail bondsman money. You know, you got to prepare. You don't walk out of the house if you're going to be a burglar. You don't walk out of the house without your tools.
Right.
You know, you're going to be a carpenter. You're going to have a hammer,
right?
A couple of things.
But you never thought you were going to get caught.
No, you know what? In the back of my mind, I knew I'd always get caught.
Well, do you want to tell people what you actually did? Because now people are curious, you know, because remember,
when I got caught, literally, and I was sitting where I was sitting, I breathed a sigh of relief. I was glad.
Okay, but what did you do? You need to explain to people what you did.
I did everything. I robbed, I stole, I lied, I cheated.
But is it the movie, The Gentleman? What is it? The Gentleman
Bandit.
Isn't that kind of sort of based on this whole kind of thing?
Oh, it's all bullshit. It's the only thing. It's all bullshit. The only thing real is that I went out of my way to screw my life up.
Really?
You know, and if you had something, and I wanted it, it was only a matter of time. I didn't give a shit who you were. I was gonna get it. You know.
Okay, but
that was just, you know, I saw rich people with stuff and cars and not jewelry, but just looked beautiful in the clothes. And I had nothing, man. You know, I had no old man around to straighten me out. He was more concerned with getting laid.
Right.
And my mother was so mad at him that I was just an evil man,
right.
You know, that to be destroyed, especially because I looked exactly like her.
Right.
So I think more her trying to hurt herself instead of me. And I had a crazy sister who considered her mother her sister, you know, and I represented all the men that left them.
Yeah.
You know.
So but you had a tough childhood. You did not have an easy childhood.
No, it was not what I would call some Norman Rockwell shit. It was the absolute opposite. You know?
Right.
But you know what? The worst things that ever happened to me in my life, I made it my job to take those and make myself a better person.
That's right.
Because I truly believe if those things didn't happen, I wouldn't be the guy I am now. I mean, I'm in the last part of my life, you know, the last quarter of what you would have. And you know what? I'm happier now than I ever was before. I had plenty of fun. You know, I had false fun, and then I had genuine fun.
When I met you in like 2002 or something
like that, I came to California in like 1990.
Right.
I must have been in the I don't know, about 98, 99, right in there, 2000, something like that.
But I mean, in 2002, when I met you, I thought you were amazing then. You were you were already living your best life in an authentic way.
Well, I was doing the thing, with the screenplays, and then
Huh.
I was getting work. I got in the union. I got in SAG. I was like,
You
to
were
me,
amazing. Okay,
I was
wait, here's something you don't remember. So, I grew up with a lot of people, and I know a lot of people who went to prison, a lot. But when
shocked.
a friend of mine's kid ended up in trouble, I don't think you remember this. I called you, and I called you because you were one of the few people. You're one of 3 people I know that were in prison, got out of prison, and made their lives better. You didn't go back to all the bad stuff.
No, that would have been easy.
Ah, I love that.
That would have been easy because let me tell you something. A New York guy who's got some scars
Mhm.
comes out to LA. These people are so fucking soft out here.
Right.
They're very lucky.
Yeah.
They have no idea that if the right 4 or 5 guys came out here, you could take the whole state. I mean, literally, they don't get it. They're not. California people are non-confrontational.
That's right.
They do not like being called on their bullshit behavior.
Right.
They do not like being confronted, and they are extremely they fear everything.
Right.
I'm sorry. I mean, I've met some great people out here, but this is not a state loaded with balls. It's never has
But
been.
wait, you're
It's
talking
more
about Hollywood people, right? You're not actually talking about the whole state of
talking about
California.
Hollywood people. Yeah, I'm talking about Hollywood people. The street people I've met out here are rocking.
Right.
The surf guys, the beach bums, they got nothing to hide.
They don't give a shit, right?
They were all genuine. I can hang out with anybody. I could talk to anybody. Always did. I've been places, man. You would never walk in a million years. And my wife would say to me, "Holy shit, is this anywhere we need to be right now?"
Right.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's all cool. And then run into like a sketchy crew, and all of a sudden, one of the people out of it go, "Charlie,
Right.
oh, what's up?" And she goes, "You know these people?" I go, "Yeah, I know these people. People friends of mine, man. These are good guys."
Yeah.
She goes, "But they're criminals. They're bad guys." I go, "To other people, they're bad guys. To me, they're not bad guys."
Yeah, I think that's what people don't understand is that you can have a past and have moments where things didn't work out. That doesn't mean you're a bad person. Like everyone does the best they
You made a
can.
stupid choice.
Yeah, you made some
Hey,
dumb
look, I
choices.
look at it this way. I paid for my
That's
shoes.
right.
2,000 tons. Nobody else has paid for theirs.
That's right.
You have no idea. I look at it this way, not to be religious, because I'm not a religious guy,
Right.
but whatever the grand poobah, mystic, majestic ruler up there that's running things, or as George Carlin would say, the giant orb,
Right.
whatever it is, it has a way of cutting your space off
Yeah.
if you're too fucking out of control.
Yeah.
And what it does is, if you're really out of control, it puts you in a room the size of a friggin' closet,
Yeah.
about 8 by 6.
Yeah.
And then you have no alternative but to look at you
Okay.
and figure out what is it about you that brought you to this, to find your fucking self.
Do you
idiot.
regret that had to happen, or are you
No.
saying
No, I thank God for that. I thank God they locked me up. I needed it. If they wouldn't have locked me up, I'd be dead.
how long were you locked up for?
Long fucking time.
Okay.
Long.
Yeah.
High school and college
Wow.
in one stretch.
Wow.
Yeah, almost 8 years.
Wow.
About 8 years and change. Yeah. And I'm glad they did it. I'm glad they did it because they saved my life. They really did.
That's how my other
I
friend
went in
Michael
there,
was.
it's very different.
He agreed with
People
that.
don't understand. You get locked up, you are with some real evil villains, man.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are arch criminal villains, and everybody is there to be victimized and picked off and tortured
Yeah.
if you let them.
Yeah.
People have no idea. They think you go get locked up and you're going to learn a lesson. You got cops there. They're supposed to protect you and protect everybody. They don't give a fuck.
Shit. They don't care.
You're on your own.
That's in
man.
real life too. That's not even.
You got to get a garbage pail top and a mop wringer handle, man. It's gladiator school. It's on.
When
You're
did
going
you
to be tried
decide?
and tested.
When did you decide in prison or out, maybe it's when you left, that you were going to change your life? Like, when did that
I was
happen?
I was in, I think, like about, I think it was like two, I think it was about 2 years, maybe a year and a half, 2 years. And I'm sitting in the center of this dorm, right? You know, where they had like four, you know, A, B, C, D, and then a control room. And they had a center grass area with some tables where the animals could sit and have a picnic, you know, whenever we wanted to, when they weren't torturing us, you know. And, and I was sitting out there in a pair of boxer shorts, high top sneakers, and a t-shirt. That's the uniform
Right.
at night.
Okay.
You always gotta have rubber on your feet, man.
Okay.
And I don't mean flip flops. You gotta be strapped in,
Right.
ready to ride at any moment.
Right.
It could go down, and you might as well go down swinging because you're going
Right.
down.
Okay.
If
So this
you know,
is
so
in jail. This is at night. You're in,
no, this is a joint. Jail's different. This is
right. Jail
in the
is the
prison.
state. The joint is federal, right?
No, the joint is, you got state and you got federal, two different things. When you go to jail, jail is the
Is it
county where
county?
you're
Right. Right.
waiting.
Right. Okay.
You're an inmate now. You're not a convict yet.
Right. Okay.
You know,
Okay.
when you get sentenced and you get sent to prison, now you belong to the Department of Corrections. You are in prison. This is a different
Okay. So
story.
that's
This
where
is
we're in the joint.
it's a village where people, 1,000 people, and everybody in there is a fucking straight out criminal.
Okay.
I don't care what, I didn't do it. I'm not guilty. I've been to travesty. No, everybody did it. Yes, you did it. You did it, and you're gonna do it again. I mean, I saw guys get out, come back, get out, come back, get out, and come back again, and I was still there, and I hadn't gotten out yet. And I used to ask them, "What do you like the food? What the
What
fuck?
is wrong with
What's wrong with you?
right?
Why do you keep coming back
So
here?"
wait, so 2 years in, you're sitting in this.
I'm sitting on the table, and the sky is clear. It's black as night, and there's stars everywhere. And I literally said to myself, I said, "Oh shit, what the fuck? I'm not getting out of here for a while.
Oh, man.
These people are fucking animals. What am I gonna do? I'm fucking a kid. What am I gonna do? I'm not going anywhere. This is it." And I said, "You know, well, I could be one of the animals, you know, just like everybody else, but I've never been like everybody else.
Yep.
Did you know what? I'm going to go to that library and I'm going to read every fucking book in there. The law books, the regular books.
Yeah.
I'm going to educate myself. I might as well. I ain't got nothing else better to do. I ain't fucking going anywhere, that's for sure.
Yeah.
They ain't going to like, oh, by the way, we made a mistake.
Right.
We're going to let you go home, man. Matter of fact, there's a car waiting to take you wherever and steal some money. No, I knew that wasn't going to happen. So I decided to just make the best of a bad situation, you know.
You knew you had to do the hustle in order to start changing your life, reading books,
Well, nobody was
educating
sending me any
yourself.
money in there. You got to survive. You know, you need some smoke.
Right.
You need to barter. You need to get things done. You need to juice people, you know. That's the way, you know, you need to go. The chow, you want to go, guys regular on the chow hall. You want to jump the line, know the guy up front, you know, so you can give him a pack of cigarettes. Now you juice the line for the next week. You don't
So
have
you
to
were
wait.
preparing yourself to get out of there by
The whole
surviving,
time,
connecting.
I met a guy in there who was away for life. My friend Ricky D. He was older Italian guy, and he came over to me one day and he said to me, he said, "You're gonna be a low life your whole life?"
Wow.
I said,
Damn.
"What the fuck, Ricky?" I said, "It's depressing enough in here, you know." He
Right.
goes, "I'm being serious." He says, "You're a good looking guy. You got your shit together, sort of like." He goes, "But you're a fucking asshole." He goes, "I watch you. You're all over the fucking place." He goes, "You're going to get killed in here, man."
Was he right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was up to fucking all kinds of shit. So he says, "You're going to get whacked out in here." He goes, "But everybody loves you, man." He goes, "You make people laugh. You know, you're up to something every day to screw the cops." He goes, "I like that." He goes, "But it's time for you to educate yourself." He goes, "You get out of here. You need to class yourself up." He says, "Charlie, you know, you're only going to be considered who you are by the crowd you're seen with."
Right.
He goes,
So
"And you stick out like a sore thumb." He goes, "You're the biggest little guy I know." He goes, you need to get it together. He goes, I got something for you to read. I said, okay. He says, come by over there and I'll let you have it. I'll see you later. So I go over there and they sit me down and Ricky slides me a book across the table. I said, what's this? He says, I want you to read this book. He says, and I'm going to ask you questions about it. He goes, cover to cover, I want you to know this book. Do you know what he gives me? He gives me the Emily Post book of etiquette.
Shut up.
Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck is this? He goes, you read this book, cover to cover. He goes, you'll know how to behave in life. He goes, rich people, poor people, they'll all understand that you have a way about you. He goes, it may be over the top. He goes, but it's something to know. It's information.
Wow.
He goes, what you do with it is on you. He goes, but like I told you, he says, you have the ability and the talent to be and go wherever you want. He says, but you lack the initiative, man. He goes, I could have had a whole life. He goes, I fucked up. I'm here forever. He says, you're going home some point at some time. You better be fucking ready. He goes, because you think you're all that in a bag of chips in here. He goes, out there, you're just another ex-convict fucking scumbag that nobody wants to give a job to, ever. He says, you can never tell them who you are.
Right.
He says, do you understand? So you have to be something they all want to be around. He goes, and these books and these lessons will help you do that. Nobody cares where you've been or what you were. Only care about who you are now.
That's right.
Right now, in this moment. He goes, you could be a bad guy, but what are you going to do now?
Right.
In this moment in time? Who are you going to be? So I left them guys. My fucking head was hurting for like 2 days.
But you read that damn book.
I sure did. I read everything. I read the Holy Bible. I read that book. I read some of the Quran. I read the Torah. Whatever. All of it. Whatever I can get my hands on. Whatever they had, you know. And when I finally got out, my stepfather came to get me. And I was finished. Expiration of sentence. No parole, no probation, no nothing. Day for day. I walked out. It was like, no, I didn't have to report to anybody. Nothing.
Okay.
And I remember I was banging on the window in the morning, 8 a.m. at the control room. I was wearing a pair inside the joint. I was wearing
because you're about to be let go. Okay, I thought you were.
And I got this box with all my shit, and the cops are like, "What you want, Mattera?" I was like, "Dude, you're on my time now."
Right.
I said, "I'm a fucking free man right now." I said, "No parole, no probation, expiration sentence. Open the fucking door." And they look at me like, well, you know, we're all. He says, you still got property. And I was like, my friends, I was like, take it, everything. Right. He was like, I said, the old man's out there right now to get me in the car. I said, all you got to do is let me sign and let me get the fuck out of this state. The old man sees me, and I'm big as a house. Shredded. I mean, working out, dark as a teak wood table. My hair was like lemon yellow. Right. I mean, people don't look like this in the free world. And I remember he brought me. He says, let's go there and take a ride. He goes, we'll check into a hotel, hang out for a couple of days. So right away, I know what's going on. So I said, okay, sure, you know. And we're driving around. I'm looking at everything outside, you know, people, cars. We don't see shit. I mean, we see television, but we don't see shit. And I see it's 1987. Weirdest. She takes me to the mall. I wanted to get some clothes. I wanted to get a new pair of sneaks. And walking through the mall, I see people staring at me, just staring at me. I mean, I'm big as a fucking house, tan as shit, looking handsome as hell. And people just looking at me. And I looked at the old man. I said, what the fuck? Do I got like convict stapled on my forehead or something? He goes,
no. Yeah, you were taking it the wrong way.
I hadn't seen a mirror in 8 years. We don't got mirrors in there. We got bent up pieces of metal, you know.
Oh, wow.
You don't even know what you look like. You go in there, you're 20, you come home, you're 28. You don't know what you look like anymore. Who's that fucking guy? you know.
So you were being self-conscious, whereas everybody else was looking at
I
you, the
wanted to
hot
know if it was
blonde
okay.
guy.
Do I fit in? You
Right.
know, do I not look like a fucking crazy person, criminal? You know, do these people have any idea that I just fell into the planet Earth? I've been
Right.
in another planet for 8 years.
Yeah.
You know, I see women, I can fucking smell them 200 feet away. Whoa. You know, you smell smells. There's food. There's everything. You know, perfume. You know, beautiful scented lotion. We don't smell that. We're all state raised animals. You know,
Wow.
all I've been smelling is butt and feet for like 8 years. You know,
Wow.
and now there it is. You know, and they're beautiful, and they're looking at me, and I'm looking at them, and you know, and I could see their faces. They're like, wow, look at this guy. You know, I was like, no drugs, no nut, you know. And you know, you come out, you're a gladiator, man. You're a warrior. You've been to school. And I remember the old man would
Were
go,
you scared? Were you scared?
yeah, I was terrified of the world. I was like, oh man, what the? And a million thoughts are going on my mind. What am I going to do? How am I going to survive? Where am I going to live?
Yeah.
How am I going to get by? You know, I don't know anyone. I don't have any friends. All my friends are gone or dead or back there.
In jail, right,
They
right,
were
right.
like, I grew up with those people. It was the only friends I had. My friends were killers, you know,
Um,
burglars, diamond thieves, you know, gangsters, real
yeah,
ones. Not like these fucking punks I see on the street. These guys were fucking bad guys. But they were my friends. Whatever anybody was away for, you get past it. And I remember, so we check into the Howard Johnson's hotel in Fort
this
Lauderdale.
is you and your stepdad after
Yeah,
you've
yeah,
gotten
yeah.
out.
I
Right.
mean, it's cool. You know, we're all right. You know, and he was a knockaround guy. You know, Italian guy. So we get into the hotel. We walk past the pool, and I see all the bikinis, and I see guys wearing those fucking speedos, and I'm like, with the crazy mullet, like the atomic mullet, and I'm like, what?
Oh, yeah, I guess it's 1980s, yeah, I
Yeah,
guess.
I'm like, what the fuck? You know, and the old man sees me. He goes, "What are you gonna do?" Freaked out. I said, what the fuck? What's up with that? He goes, hey, you've been away a long time. Believe me. I said, I can't tell who's who over there. He goes, don't worry. Nobody else can either. It's all right. This is what he says to me. So I said, okay. We check in. We go upstairs to the hotel room. And he's like taking his shoes off. He goes, hey, I'm going to take a nap. I'm fucking exhausted. So I says to him, and I'm standing in the middle of the room. I don't know what to do with myself. I said to him, you know what? I said, I'm going to go take a walk, maybe go to the beach, all right? He goes to me, what the fuck are you asking me for? I ain't the warden. I said, no, I'm just saying, you know. He said,
Right.
fuck, dude, you're free.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want, man. He goes, you need some scratch? He reaches his pocket, he pulls out a couple of hundred. He goes, here, yeah, go have a sandwich, whatever, take a stroll, whatever. Here's the room key. He goes, yeah, I'm going to sleep for a few hours. I said, all right. So I go outside and I walk across A1A to the beach, and I see this old couple. And I go over to him, and I scared him too because I took my shirt off. You know, I'm
Right.
shredded. I look like Miles. I look like Miles O'Keefe in Tarzan. I'm not kidding. And my hair's short and just everything was perfect. And I looked at people. Could you guys watch my stuff? I just want to take a swim. I hadn't been in the water in a million years.
Oh my God, that's
The
right.
beach. So I took my stuff, and they were like, yeah, sure, no problem, son. I said, thank you very much. You know, they're like, oh, you're Neil? Yeah, we're from Jersey. I said, oh, thanks, I really appreciate it. You know, and I go into the water. I got about waist deep, and I dove in, and I just started swimming, and I'm strong as a fucking ox. I'm cutting
Right.
through the water like it's nothing. And I get out there, and also I spin around, and I look back at the beach, and here I am. I'm floating in the ocean, and it was just wondrous, you know. It was
Yeah.
just like, holy shit, maybe I am free, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe, just maybe. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting to see it. Like, we made a mistake. Come on, go back. You know, I'm waiting for it. And I remember I swim back in. and I'm coming out of the water, like slowly coming out of the water, and I look to the left, and there's like 4 girls walking down the beach, and I'm coming out of the water like, like Godzilla, and I'm soaking wet, and I got the bathing suit on, and I am fucking nails. And I remember that's when I realized, oh, I guess I'm something to look at,
Yeah.
you know. And then I saw a little baby running, little baby, like 1.5 or something, with a bucket, just laughing his ass off. I almost wanted, I wish I could have put a wire in my head into his to let him know
Yeah.
what could happen, what moves not to make.
Oh.
Just don't be like me, be like Mike, you know. I never forgot it. So then the old man takes me to dinner that night. He goes, "Where you want?" I said, "There's this place over here, over there." And I said, "Over here by the intercoastal waterway, whatever." I said, "Come on." So we go over there and we're having a couple of drinks, sitting at the bar, and I'm having a beer. And we're just sitting there quietly, and I'm looking all around. I'm casing the place. And he looks at me, he goes, "You robbed this place, didn't you?"
Oh.
I said, "Yeah." I said, "Long time ago." I said, "This place, the place next door, the place over there across the water, the one down there, you know." And he said, "Jesus Christ, what the fuck were you thinking?"
Yeah.
He goes, "What was running through your head?" He says, "You're running around with a gun like a crazy person." I said, "I guess I just didn't give a fuck. I wanted it. I didn't care about anybody or anything." I said, "But I'm glad everything happened. I'm glad it happened the way it
But
did."
you never killed anybody. You went to
No,
visit
no,
the
no.
stealing.
I
Just
heard
to
a
be
lot of feelings.
clear, you
I heard a
stole a
lot.
lot of money.
I heard a lot of feelings.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Okay, so now, I mean, I feel
Then
very
I said to him,
emotional.
"You want to laugh? You want to die laughing?" So I said, "What happened?" I said, "Mom sent you down here to see if I'm gay or I'm fucking crazy and I lost my mind." And I said, "She gave you a pocket full of money. And if any of those was true, you're supposed to hand it to me and tell me to go on my merry way." I said, "But if I'm okay and I'm done and I'm finished, I can come home." I said, "That's what I'm hearing, right?" And he turns his head and he takes a sip of his drink and he just looks up. He goes, "Boy, you know your mother, man." He
Yeah.
goes, "You know your mom." I said, "Of course I do." I said, "I know exactly what she's thinking all the time."
But you didn't go home, did you?
I went back to New York. I didn't go back to their home. He was saying that I could come back to New York.
Right.
And he let me know that everybody had said back in New York I could come home.
Right.
Because if they said I couldn't come back, I wouldn't be able to go back there. I went back for a little while. I worked in nightclubs and everything, and then I got involved in all that fucking shit. Everybody was getting high and drinking, and then in the middle of the night, one night, I got it in my head. I packed my bags. I met a guy on in the nightclubs. He used to hang out at all the clubs outside, watching me carry on with the crowd. And he
Mhm.
said to me, you ought to be an actor." I was like, "Yeah, okay, be an actor. I need a real fucking job, man. I got money. I got to pay bills, you know." I go, "Those people are fucking." I said, "I'm a real person, you know." He goes, "This is what I'm talking about." He said, "You would kill it." He says, "If you could be what you are here, there." He goes, "I don't think you'd have a problem." And I said,
Okay, but you were just saying it was really it was hard for you to deal with people who aren't
"Because people could say anything to you out here, and especially in the entertainment business. Hey, I'll get back to you. That means fuck you.
nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Hey, I'll read that bit. Whatever. You're not going to read anything. You know,
Right.
people they instead of reading a script, you know, you got coverage. Geez, they get halfway through the coverage. You know what I mean?
Right.
How are you going to make $1 million decisions if you don't read what you know, you
Right.
got to read.
So
The writer is king.
people here say they're going to do something, but they don't follow through on it because it's all cheesy. But when you're incarcerated,
Now, they're not
people
going to
do what they
read
say
it.
they're going to say.
They're not
People
going to
do
read
it.
it unless they see you walking down the street one day and you're with Jim Cameron.
Right.
Or you're
Right.
walking with Robert De Niro one day and they see you having lunch with Ryan O'Neal and they're like, "Is that Charlie who asked me to read the script? I've been trying
Right.
to get to Ryan O'Neal for 6 months. I can't even get near." "Well, Charlie works for him." What? Hey, Charlie. Hey, Biff Bifferson here. I was thinking about, me, Todd, Brad, Steven, and
Okay,
Scott.
but I'm gonna say something that's gonna make you feel like you're gonna yell at me. It's not
No,
just Hollywood, that's in every
no,
industry.
no. Yes, yes. That's
It's all
why I said
about the
yes. I'll get
networking
back to you. I'll get
bullshittery.
back to you. Yeah.
It's all the bullshit. Okay, wait, let's not skip. You get out of prison, you go back to New York, you decide you were just gonna
Well,
tell me how you came to
what
LA. How
happened
did
was
you come?
the guy who told me I should be an actor
An
said to me,
actor.
he says, "Why don't you try being a writer?" I said, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, you're bullshit. You could do characters all day long." He goes, "I'll show you how to do it." He goes, I go to his house one day, and this is the weirdest thing. He flicked on the computer, and it was the little one. Remember the little square one with
Yeah,
the floppy gems and
yeah,
you
the
know,
IMAX,
the
yeah.
little screen. It looked like the little TV, like the old
Yeah.
days. And I saw some stuff he had on the screen, and it was like Bill and John, and I was like, "What the fuck?
The
That
fuck
don't
is that?
I
Right.
was like, that don't sound like people. I don't even. I'm not even interested." He goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "Look, do like a dark street." I said, "The light from the street shines in a car. A match is struck. It lights a cigarette. We follow the smoke up to a balcony where a guy is hanging." I said, "He's looking through a single eyepiece at two guys down the street in a car, and they're talking." I said, "Now we cut to the car," and he goes, and the guy says, "Bill, what?" I said, "No, no, no." The guy says, "What the fuck are you doing? You
Right.
fucking idiot. I've been waiting for you for 3 hours. We're supposed to clip this fuck, and you're dicking around eating a sandwich in some fucking restaurant. What's wrong with you?" And I saw the guy's eyes light up. I said, "You gotta
Yeah.
remember." I said, "I want to know." I said, "I want to know." I said, "The information's got to be happening." I said, "I watch a movie because I watch movies through being locked up. I was the guy who used to put the movies on the car. We used to see movies every week. We used
Wow.
to order them. So
Right.
I've seen every black and white movie, every movie you can imagine, every TV show. I was raised by television,
Yeah.
you know. So I've seen them all. And I know what's good and I know what's bad. So I said to them, just because of being a kid. And I said to him, "I got to hear the music." So he says to me, "What do you mean?" I said, "I got to hear the dun, 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 dun." I said, "Now I'm in. I want to know what the fuck's going on." I said, "The
Right.
moment the music goes, I said, fucking lost. I'm gone.
Right.
I'm over it." I said, "Every scene we write starts in the middle. Not, I said, the part we don't see, that's the beginning. They're at it when we go in.
Right.
Somebody's like, 'You gonna eat this fucking sandwich?' I said, 'That's how you start a scene.' The guy holds up a fucking pastrami sandwich. 'You gonna fucking eat this? You want mustard on this or what?" I go, "To me, I'm interested. Is he gonna put mustard on it? Does he have
Right.
a pickle? Does he have a pickle? Did he get the coleslaw?" Now I'm in. It's
So when
happening.
did you move to LA? When did you make the decision?
So with this guy, we wrote like we literally wrote 3 scripts in New York like this.
Mhm.
I was writing 20 pages, 30 pages of dialogue a day, and I could still do it.
Wow.
Because I knew how people spoke, I knew how the Latins say shit, saying
Right.
shit. I knew I had it all, I knew how the brothers talked. I knew how the crazy chicks talked. I knew how the elegant, you know, rich fucks talked, the swells. I knew how the swells talked. I've been around them, and so it was easy for me. And on a fluke, we sent a script to some agent in LA, and out of nowhere, we get a call. Right? "Hey, I'd like to represent you. I'm a fucking Hollywood agent." And the reason why I said yes was because she was a woman. It was this kid named Wesley Strick who wrote Wolf. He wrote a bunch of stuff. He's a big screenwriter. Wesley Strick. And his mom, Shirley Strick, was an agent, a
Oh, I
literary
think
agent.
that's another name. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
she wanted to represent us. So all of a sudden, I'm like, "Holy shit, we got to get out there." And my writing partner, he didn't, I just took off. I ran out there
When
with
did
a
you come out here? When did you come out to LA?
1990, I think. I had a duffel bag full of clothes, $500 cash in my pocket, and I befriended Jason Bateman in New York, and he told me,
Hilarious.
"Come to fucking LA, man. I got you. Come sleep upstairs. Don't worry about it. You're killing yourself out here." So I was living with Jason down in Santa Monica.
Yeah.
And every day I would get on the bus and ride to my writing partner's place. He came out because I found a manager, this crazy girl. She brought a script of mine, a prison script, into Roger Corman.
Oh,
And
yeah. Okay.
they, boom, I'm here 3 weeks. We sell the script.
That's crazy. I love
Millions
that.
of people come to LA to sell the script. Millions, man. And now Roger Corman says, I'll
Years,
give you
and it's years, and they don't get that. They don't
Yeah.
get that happen.
Roger Corman says to me, he says, I'll give you X amount of dollars for the screenplay, or I'll give you this much less and you could direct it. I said, give me you direct it. Give me the money.
Yeah, give me the
So
money.
that was our first sale, which turned out to be, it was a serious prison drama based on race relations in prison.
Wow.
Okay. And turned out to be Bloodfist III,
Great.
with Don the Dragon Wilson.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
So and starring Richard Roundtree. And I got to hang out with Richard Roundtree. He was the coolest,
So cool.
nicest guy.
Thanks for stopping by All About the Joy. Be better and stay beautiful, folks. Have a sweet day.